Crew show. Listen, man. Jamie Piven is back on with us.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
hear it. How you living, Jay Piven? What's up, bro? How
Oh
you
man,
feel,
it's good to be back here. Thank you, man. Thank you. As you guys know, I don't have a lot of food in me. I have no energy. At any moment, I could drop.
But you're here, man.
I'm here, and I love
We
you guys.
appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Actually, if you drop, that'd make a really dope ass.
Finally go
podcast.
viral.
Yeah,
Or go viral.
Yeah, yeah.
God
We'll get
damn.
more than 5 views or 5.
We've
five
been
listens
struggling to
on
go
this.
viral.
I mean, if you just would have gotten Ryan Garcia to take his shirt off, it could have gone viral. You
Yeah,
guys.
I didn't even think of that.
You
should have thought of that.
Why
You were in love
me?
with
You're
guy.
the one in
You're
love.
the one
that got
it.
the
He was thinking
fantasy.
this. You should have
Yeah.
said it, man. Yo, Jay Piven, my G, man. Congratulations. Every
Thank
time I
you.
see you, I have to say congratulations. You're
Thank you,
constantly moving forward, man. You got the movie out, The Walk, and your mom is in it, right? So you're running lines with your mom.
Yeah.
You send the video over to your people. They're like, hey, she'd be perfect. She gets a gig too. Both of you are in the movie.
Well, my mom's been running lines with me since she's been my acting teacher since I was a child.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen Entourage, everything I ever said is Ari Gold. I said to her face.
Oh, my God.
So you said cunt muscle to your mom?
Everything, and my mom just stays in the pocket. You know, Lloyd, if you had so much cum squirted in your eyes that you can't see what's right in front of your fucking face, there better be a Scud missile heading towards us, Yoko. My mom's just like, yeah. She's like, okay, yeah, can you commit a little more to the strap on?
I love that. I love
No,
that.
my mom is a total pro. She doesn't ever judge me because she knows these are fictional characters. So we were rehearsing The Walk. It's basically about segregation, integration. Ultimately, in this country, we need to know where we've come from, and I play an incredibly racist character. And what's interesting about that is growing up in Chicago, I was the only white boy on my football team, and I was lucky enough to be a part of this very integrated culture.
Sure.
So I learned very early on that we're all in this together. So, and I have a very cool liberal family. So playing a racist was very surreal. Saying the N-word, which I don't say, and I remember playing football and having my football coach saying, you guys, they're going to call you the N-word. And I was a kid going, what is the N-word? I never even heard it.
Right.
So I'm playing that character. I got a heavy Boston accent, and my mom just digs in, and she starts. When I run lines with her, she does the accent of whatever character she's playing, even though she's just kind of off camera running lines. She's just
a method coach.
She's Methodist,
Yeah.
even though we're Jewish. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.
There he is.
So she's doing the Boston accent, like a hardcore Boston accent, like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Wahlberg.
With the khakis.
Marky
Yeah,
Mark.
wicked funny.
Yeah, cocksucker. So she's digging into the accent.
No, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I start filming her. She doesn't know it. And then I just sent it to the director. I wasn't thinking, let me try to get my mom a job, although, whatever happens, happens. But I wanted him to hear the accents. Oh, of course. I didn't think my mom would, she's much older. She's in a wheelchair. I didn't think that she wanted to still do it. And what's so interesting is he freaked out, said, she's incredible. Would she do it? Wow. Yes. I asked my mom if she would do it. And she just, she was really emotional. And what's great is about, you forget that people of a certain age, like they just want to be engaged. They want to feel vital and do what they love to do no matter what age they are. So, I think that it's really important to keep, that's what that keeps people alive longer, to be honest with you.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah, man. Well, good for her. Congratulations.
Thank
to
you,
Mom,
buddy.
man.
Check
That's
it out. And she crushed
major.
it. She crushed it. She outacted me. I got to be honest with you.
She is the coach, man.
She is the coach.
She verified on Instagram now?
My mom doesn't even know what Instagram is. It's so funny.
Are you going to run her page?
I showed her a picture of us.
Influencer.
Yeah, my mom's going to be an influencer. Octogenarian influencer. Yeah, man. So my mom saw a picture of us, and it was like we were in the park, and I had my little dog and everything. And she goes, what's the number below us? And I go, that's the number of likes we got on Instagram. She goes, oh, okay, how many dislikes do we get? And I go, oh, no, you don't get dislikes on Instagram. She goes, oh, no, you have to have them. And we went into this whole conversation.
Mom wants dislikes.
She
wants the
Wow.
smoke.
She wants the smoke, man. No, but she wants the balance.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Because if you just, but that's a whole other conversation. And by the way, this is a good segue. I go into all this stuff during my comedy set.
Yes, sir.
Irvine Improv this weekend.
Yes, sir.
So I'll be going into all this and even entering into a scene where I play Ari Gold, and my mom kind of like coaches me, because it is very surreal, the language that I was using. Imagine swearing in front of your mom, saying the craziest things unimaginable, and she just kind of stays in it and is very professional.
That's great. That's awesome. That's also inspiring. It's got to make you want to keep going.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, man, I love it.
Improv is so important to you as an actor, right? Also a stage performer and a comedian. Improv is everything. I mean, you got to have you got to be sharp, right? You got to be on your box. A lot of improv went into being Ari Gold.
I wish, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Some of those lines were brilliant, and
Thanks,
it felt
man.
like there's no way that was written.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's actually, whether you know it or not, a very big compliment, because the reality is it was all written. And that at some point they should do some sort of a post where you're seeing the rants and then you see it written out word for word.
Wow.
Because the whole trick with acting is to make it all feel improvisational.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was doing, and Doug Ellen, who wrote it and created, did a brilliant job. And I don't think the HBOs and the HBO Maxes of the world realize the hunger with the public for the show. They miss it.
Yep.
They want to see it
Absolutely, bro.
again.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so we should
What would
let
that look
them,
like today?
That would be
We got to get everybody
it'd
back.
be a lot more
obviously.
interesting.
get
though.
everyone back. Ari would be canceled in 11 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
You're
that-
not a friend to the gay man, Ari. What are you talking about? It's a wrap, and it's done. Thank you, everybody. No,
Episode 1.
yeah, exactly. He would roll one call. No, I think that Lloyd should be his kind of like politically correct advisor,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how to
Okay.
navigate the woke culture.
Right, yes.
So
yes,
he
yes.
could basically-
It becomes your gay bestie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but help him navigate this terrain. Maybe even Lloyd's running the agency and Ari's gone rogue.
Yes.
He has a full
yes.
beard and he's living overseas. I don't know, something.
We can't find Vinny,
Right.
right? And you got to
Can't-
search for the guy.
Yeah.
Turtle
absolutely.
is there.
Turtle at this point would be crushing it with Mark Cuban. He would be like a
Yeah.
high-level entrepreneur.
Yeah.
On
He
Shark
would have
Tank,
his own-
yeah.
He would have his own jet company.
Right. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jeremy, Irvine Improv this weekend.
Yeah.
Yes,
Get
sir.
your tickets.
Take over. Let's
Every
get it.
time we've had you on, like over the last 6 years, thank you, by the way, for coming through all
Appreciate
the
it.
last time.
Absolutely.
You always are like genuinely excited about doing comedy and
Yeah, man.
doing comedy clubs. And what gives you that energy, and why is it so important?
Well, I guess just because I've been, a creative person my whole life, and the stand-up lane is such a fun lane, and you transform everything by yourself. And you mentioned Entourage. I was always trying to get my lines in and improvise, and I got little things in like "Let's hug it out, bitch" was me, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Certain lines, but like. I have a lot of creative impulses, and so when I do certain lanes, with acting, for instance, they don't necessarily allow me to get my stuff in. So I'm always trying to figure out: do I pitch it before? Do I email him? What's the best way to do it? Do I improvise on the day? So for me to get up with a mic and have an hour just to kind of do my thing, there's nothing more exciting to me. And I've been getting better, and I kind of notice it because stand-ups are very honest. They'll give
Gotta
it
be,
to you
right?
straight.
Yeah,
man.
yes, sir.
So I'm starting to notice, okay, it's really transforming it into another level now, and I'm really kind of in the pocket now, and it's a blast, and I'll be there all weekend at the Irvine Improv. Is one of these incredible rooms where it feels very intimate, but there are 500 people in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It feels
No,
like
you're right, you're right, yeah.
which is amazing.
I did 5 minutes Irvine Improv. Bombed hard.
But now you're ready to get back into it, man.
Absolutely not. No, I'm still scared. It scarred me. It's hard. That's hard.
But that's
It's tough.
that's
But crowds are different, right? Different clubs,
different clubs,
different areas.
different crowds, and the comedy gods are interesting. It's such a pretentious term, but I do believe in them, because whenever you bomb, Chappelle said to me, he goes, "You got to bomb, but you have to bomb at the right time." That was a little Chris Tucker. Let's
Right,
be
right,
honest.
a little bit,
Okay,
If they had a
Little
baby.
That was like 18% Tucker. But what he meant by that is like, embrace these failures. You don't want to obviously do it on the highest stage, the highest profile moment, but get out there, take those chances, because you never know what bits, what a bit contains until you're brave and you give it a shot.
Yeah.
And so what happens is when you bomb, the next show you're gonna crush. Because it's like the gods are testing you. Like, okay, because most people
If you
go,
come
"I'm done."
back,
Yeah,
They give it to you.
absolutely,
Yeah.
because it feels terrible. That feeling is like, oh man, you just don't want to feel that again. So if you can work through it and get back up, you get rewarded.
Sure. I guess I figured I have way too many other failures in my life. I didn't need one more. So I kind of just moved forward.
That's a good way to think about it. But I'll give you another dumb analogy. You know when you're driving and you're lost, you know, which should never happen because of Google Maps. But
right.
you know, and you're like, man, I'm just gonna turn around. Inevitably, it's usually the next exit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like we're all being tested in a way, and it's funny you say that. I know you're kidding, but that's comedy because it's a lot of truth in there.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, failure doesn't feel right, but the reality is. The real reason why most people don't act is they can't deal with the failure because you have to go in and audition and you hear no all the time.
Yeah.
But if you can weather the storm, you'll get through.
You
and
can
break
get through
the
it.
other
Absolutely,
side.
yeah. What do you think of T.I.? You know, T.I. has tried stand-up.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
I love T.I. He did Entourage and we met, and he's one of these dudes very much like Rashid, like Common, the rapper and actor Common. You know, they have a background in the hip-hop lane.
Yes, sir.
And they're both incredibly creative and hardworking. And T.I. has been an actor now for a while. When I worked with him, he was focused and he was really good. And he picked a very challenging lane. And knowing him, he will continue to get better. He's really creative, and I'm sure he'll ultimately be crushing it. To be honest with you, I've never seen him do stand-up, so I'm only theorizing.
Sure. He did get some weird vibes from other comedians, and I'm sure you've gotten that as well, right? Like, you know, you're an actor, now you're a comedian.
yeah.
There's comedians that don't necessarily want to see you, you know, do your thing, I guess, or think that it's easier for you just because you will have a name already.
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, the best way to live your life, it's like a superpower. And guys, I'm not saying I have it, but if you look at guys like Chappelle or Michael Jordan or any of these guys, I think that one of the things that they all have in common is they don't allow themselves to be a slave to the noise. You know, they just kind of separate themselves from it. They don't care how they're viewed. They're going to be the best version of themselves.
Yep.
In the moment.
In the moment, yeah, man. And you know, you look at Jordan. Those are
the geniuses, right?
Yeah, and at a time right now where, you know, people are worried about being canceled.
Yeah.
And Chappelle leans into issues that we're all grappling with in real time and speaks truthfully and also wants to make us laugh, even though they're edgy topics. You know, I said to him, man, thank you so much for your last special and just for doing your thing and speaking the truth. And he goes, I'm bigger than Squid Games, bitch.
Squid Games. Squid Games is kind of fire. I mean, it's out. But yeah, listen, Dave Chappelle, he's
he
the
is
best
bigger
comedian
than Squid Games, which is crazy.
Is he like the best comedian out living? Is he the best living comedian?
You know, that's a great question. There are obviously guys like Bill Burr. There's so many guys out there.
Great comedians,
that are just absolutely crushing
Fire,
it. And I just, you know, I'm getting up tonight at a place called Supernova. I get up in town all the time, and I think people are kind of like, wow, this guy's, he's everywhere. Like, I'll just pop up. I'll be in the back of a 7-Eleven doing a tight 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Tight five.
Right next
For
to the
free
nachos.
nachos? Yeah, I was
man.
going to say, yeah.
Crushing it. But you just got to go to work.
You got to get to it.
I'll be honest. Pete Davidson kind of made me want to be a stand-up comedian because he got himself a baddie. I'd never seen comedians pull the baddies.
I almost forget he's a comedian sometimes. I'm like, that's right.
Yeah, man. You know, he's one of these guys where don't let it fool you. He's been a comic
for
a long time. I have a friend who opens for me on the road, and he's like, yeah, man, Pete used to open for me. I went to Pete's 16th birthday.
What the
I
fuck?
swear to you, Pete, that guy has been grinding for a long time.
Salute.
Do you know what I mean? You can't just pick up the mic and be like, I got this.
No.
Do you know what I mean? There's a method to his madness. He makes it look like he just kind of rolled out of bed.
Doesn't give a shit.
And by the way, all the women love him. And I think...
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I want to be a comedian because I want to be loved like Pete.
Well, there's probably one big
You
difference
want
between
ass
both of you. Yeah.
Like Pete gets.
Let's
want
be
the
honest.
pussy.
Right.
You
want some free pass.
Yeah.
Put that work in, buddy. Put that work in.
have
Go
to
to
get
the
some
open
cosmetic
mic.
surgery
Get it over
first.
Bomb.
Yeah, bomb.
Get crushed.
Yeah, do a set in the back of a pickup truck.
Be 6'2" with 4% body fat, with tattoos all over your body, with
too
great
late. It's
cheekbones,
too
and
late.
just pretend like it just happened.
Right.
I don't know how I got here.
Hey, Jeremy, you were on arguably one of the best TV shows of all time. To me, way ahead of the time. I mean, you look at how streaming is now, and all the networks having their own thing, and HBO and
that show would be dope today.
Exactly. Is there stuff that you get into now, TV now? Because there's so much good TV on. Is there stuff that you're addicted to? You'll binge like everybody did with your show?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, because with me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm all or nothing. Like, if I love a show, I'm in, and I got to see every single episode.
Me too.
You know, I was that guy with Breaking Bad, and like, for me, I'm, you know, so I don't jump on board because time is so valuable. I can't just see a show. You know, people are like, hey, it's pretty good. I watched the whole thing. It was okay. I'm like, why did you even commit to fucking 12 seasons of a viciously mediocre show?
You know, fucking weirdo.
Yeah, like, I got to love it. I got to really be into it. So, you know, there are shows, overseas shows that you guys may not have heard of. Like, Idris Elba has a show called Luther, which is a dope show. He's a killer. He's amazing. But what's really interesting, man, is people like... They really do miss Entourage. It's a trip, man. They keep hitting, because I can see in real time on social media, they're like, you know, when's the reboot? When you guys gonna do a movie? Just give us something, because I think, you know, like for instance,
well, after the movie, we wanted more.
Right, and I think people they miss the crew. They miss those guys. They're like your friends.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, what's up with drama? What's up with Turtle? You know, is Ari gonna save the day? What's going on? So I think, you know, the people have the power right now, and that's what we're seeing.
It's so true.
You know,
yes, sir,
and
if they want it,
I just don't think that the streamers really get, in a way, what they're gravitating towards. But if people kind of voiced it and said, "Listen, man, we need to see this reboot," I think that they would have to kind of like listen to the people.
Absolutely.
But I would love to see like Ari representing a guy like Childish Gambino. You know, one of these dudes who, you know, speak of guys you mentioned, or T.I., you mentioned guys that run in so many different lanes, you know, because...
That'd be great, yeah, because then that puts Ari in all of those lanes. Sure.
And having to navigate, you know, treacherous territories. Because the thing about Ari is you think he's a pig, but he's monogamous to his wife. Right. You think he's racist, but he's not. Right. You know what I mean? He wants to help. He wants to help Lloyd to become an agent. That's why he was so tough on him. Yeah. I keep getting back to Michael Jordan, but in The Last Dance, you see his teammates going, yeah, he was an asshole, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, he was an asshole, but he never asked you to do something he wouldn't do himself.
Right,
exactly. And Kobe was the same way.
I was going to say
firsthand when I covered the team.
They say it about Kobe. He was a dick. He was an asshole, but that's only because he wanted the best out of everybody.
Exactly. I mean, because they have an ultimate prize that's bigger than I'm just going to show up, get a check, get a couple gold chains, and chill, and, you know, have some fun at whatever club is happening this weekend. You know, and I think that's what makes them unique and special. You know?
Absolutely. And also Kobe, God rest his soul, man. What?
Yes, sir.
I think about him all the time. It's crazy. I remember sitting and watching one of the games, and there was a quick timeout, and he came over and he was pulling the shorts down. And he goes, "Let me ask you a question, man." And I was like, "Who is he talking to?" And this dude looks at me. He goes, "Man, Kobe doesn't talk to anybody." I'm like, "Who's he talking to?" He's like, "He's talking to you, man." I was like, "What is going on?" He goes, "Man, when I watched that show, it looks like you're so angry, man. How do you do it? It looks so real." That's what he asked me in the middle of the game.
He wants to tap into that, man.
And he's just so curious. He's one of these dudes where, like, he just wants to know more about people. So that he's just hungry for knowledge, insights on how to like expand and elevate his game.
Yeah, man.
And who knows what he would be doing right now?
Oh my God.
It would just be incredible. We all miss that guy. Yeah. And I said to him, "Man, listen, with the clock running down, with 3 billion people watching you, and you drain a 3-pointer, how do you do that?"
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just want to know, like,
right.
You know, and every time I saw him, he was just really cool and present, and
absolutely. Game 7 against Boston, you were there, right? When they won the championship.
Yes, he was.
Man,
I know it because I was standing close to you.
You were there.
Yeah, and this is before
you. Seeing him on TV.
I remember because I was shitting my pants like everybody else in the building, right? I didn't think they were going to win. And I kind of made my way down to the floor when I was, you know, because they put the reporters up at the top, you know. But I kind of, you know, weaseled my way down to the floor. Then once that last shot, once the, you know, the confetti and everything dropped, I made my way onto the floor, and you were there. I was like, holy shit, man, this is so wild, because the celebrities are out there celebrating, and then a lot of them were trying to get back into the locker room afterwards and see some of that celebration. But I distinctly remember you being there, and I hope I'm right.
Yeah, man. I mean that I saw his last game where he put in like
60. Yeah.
60.
Yeah, I was there too.
I was there, man. Thanks to Jeff. Hell yeah, I was there. I'll never forget that,
that was
man.
incredible, right?
Yeah.
You just
Sick.
couldn't believe
Jay-Z
it
was going crazy.
Yeah.
He's just like, everybody was stunned. Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
George Lopez jumping up and down, going crazy.
That's right, man.
Good times.
It's good to see George Lopez. There's a guy who like talk about a cagey veteran stand-up comic.
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
You know, he's been in
with
the
all
game
the wounds
forever.
Yeah.
Crushing it. And I think he's got a new show coming out.
Yeah, he does.
Which is awesome.
So it was him and his daughter.
That's amazing.
And
God
his
bless
daughter,
him,
yeah.
man.
They're talking about the, you know, how George built a career on speaking about his life and growing up, and she's doing the same thing to him.
That's so
wow.
cool.
Yeah, and he wasn't always there. You know, Dad's working, Dad's on the road, and things were tough, and apparently it's all going to be laid out.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's so good to see, man, guys like that are just survivors, that are just so funny, been in the game forever.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
it's
sir.
coming back. Because I remember when they canceled the George Lopez show and, like, replaced him with, like, the Geico caveman.
right.
And he was like, man, what
Like,
the
what
fuck
are we doing, dude?
is going on, man?
That was such a good show and so ahead of its time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think people appreciate it as much as they should.
Probably not.
What is
Lecture
that?
is on a spiritual journey. That's what he's calling it. It's a tentative title. But he is looking to
Break generational
cycles
curses, yeah.
and curses and cycles. Lecture, if you want to expand on that.
My father had 4 families. I was a product of an affair, and I'm somewhat of a hoe, but I don't want to be a hoe
He's
anymore.
a full blown hoe.
I want to just love one woman and stay loyal, but it's
hard.
hard. It's really hard. 2 or 3 days, the streets is ringing up my phone. Hello.
The streets want him back,
We outside,
Jeremy.
and then I go outside.
Right.
I'm trying to get right. I don't want to feel like a scumbag.
Well,
Friend to
don't-
friend, what do you suggest
First
he
of all,
should do?
don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, let me do that for you.
Yeah, let your boys beat you up.
Let us.
But the
Second shit.
words that you say are very powerful. So when you say negative things about yourself and you say them, your cells hear that.
Yeah, your body.
So start
understands.
saying start loving yourself, man. We're getting deep right now.
This is deep.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool,
Who would have thunk it?
You didn't think we were this
It's
smart, did
become
you?
a TED Talk.
Nah, not smart. Fucked up, Garcia.
Both.
No,
You're
but
inviting
how
improv all weekend.
yeah, we're inviting improv. Come out and see me, man. I will
Yes.
really set you straight. How you're young? How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so you're in between. You're not a kid anymore, so it's starting to not get cute.
That's what I'm saying.
It's starting to
Okay.
feel
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
It's not like I'm 22, 23. You know what I'm saying?
30
Right.
years old. It's not cute anymore.
Right.
It's not. It's not. So I'm at a place where like
No, he's growing up on us, Jeremy.
I'm growing up.
Right.
I aspire to have a family, not multiple families. But then again, remember I always told
He
you I
wants
wanted.
a few different baby mamas.
I wanted
different
that too
cultures.
for a while.
But you interviewed Mike Tyson, and that's
Yeah.
a changed man right there, and you
Yeah,
saw it.
but basically, I cry all the time. I made many millions. So, I'm just gonna have.
up in airplanes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have a very small microdose.
And he just takes like a handful of mushrooms.
Jeez.
Just starts
Mushrooms
gobbling.
is the answer.
So you tell me I gotta do drugs
yeah,
to chill?
you got to get on drugs.
Well, I mean, there are. I'm not telling you to do drugs, but yes, yeah, no.
We are.
There are drugs like ayahuasca, all natural drugs, and mushrooms and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Where, you do. They're not man-made drugs, so you are organically kind of facing yourself and some demons and stuff like that. But they say that like when you tell people about your problems, they're there to help you. But if you keep telling them, you're just looking for attention. So just like at a certain point, you gotta kind of. Do you meditate?
Yeah, I mean every day I kind of just wake up, be thankful, grateful where I'm at, and just kind of like today's gonna be a good day.
he runs, he exercises.
I run
That's
every
good
day.
That's
Okay.
meditation.
I love when people are like, "Yeah, I just totally meditate when I'm shooting guns. That's when I'm meditating. That's my meditation.
Right,
Like that's not meditation, man. No,
You
no.
go to
a
church?
tree,
No, but I like to go to Target.
hiking.
Yeah, man. But meditation literally means, first of all,
Being
well,
still.
and this is a much longer conversation. But yoga was devised to get your body to a place where you're then available to meditate. So, and it's funny, at the very end of yoga, they do Shavasana for like 5 minutes. People run out of there, don't even do it. But if you could do, and this I know sounds crazy, but if you can do 15 minutes of just silence, breathing, mantra in the morning,
Jeff
you'd
does
be
that.
amazed. You'd be
I
amazed,
do it
right?
twice. Yeah, I did it twice. It's
That's
amazing.
yeah.
It just clears all the bullshit out
It
of
sounds
Yeah.
crazy, but it's not. It's actually to help crazy, I believe. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
to help crazy.
And not calling you
that's a
crazy.
good.
It's just the craziness in our own
that's a good
minds, our
t-shirt.
own
You're
crazy.
there
Does
to
that
help.
have the same effect, like as if when you clear your browser from your search history? Like, you know how you always.
He recently had to do that because of the cops.
Yeah,
No, I get that.
Does it clean up everything?
Yeah.
No, but for the moment, it does it for the moment.
Does it for the moment, not forever.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to.
Yeah, I mean,
continuously
because
do
the
it.
reality is,
And
it's a good metaphor,
therapy
but
helps.
I mean, we don't fully understand what happens in our brains, and there's a lot of thoughts that aren't even your own that you could think, man, let me act on that, or let me be subservient to that. It's
A lot of thoughts
that's
people
not even
have put in there.
yeah, and you're around a lot of energy, and I don't know, man. We're getting really deep, but the fact that you're asking these questions means that
good.
you're on the path.
Yes.
But
yes.
I would embrace things that scare you. Like if someone's like, yeah, there's a retreat, they're gonna maybe do some there's something called a vipassana where this is crazy, you guys, where you have to be silent for 14 days. I mean, imagine that. And there's a documentary about it where they went into prisons, and they had these prisoners, and they asked them on the first day, "What are you in for?" And people, obviously they were like, I'm falsely accused, man. Just, and they were, really angry and reactive. And then they were silent for 14 days, and they came out of it with such clarity. And it was really having these prisoners evolve, and it was this incredible path. And then they banned it in jails for some strange reason. But my point is that if you're silent for 14 days, you will really get a sense of yourself. It's not easy.
You confront your thoughts.
All right, guys, I'm off for 2 weeks.
There we go.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I don't think you
not.
could do 14 minutes. That's one man talking.
14
you're right.
seconds.
The fact that
you're
you
right.
hate yourself at this moment, Leche, is actually a good thing.
No, I don't hate
because
myself.
you're getting a hold of it.
I don't hate myself, but I
No.
don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you love yourself.
Because, I saw what it was, what it did to my mother. So I don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
To another woman.
But it feels so damn good, though. You feel me? Like, I love fucking...
And we're back.
Right.
And we're back, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not meant to be in just one relationship. Is that a bad thing? I don't know, Maybe I'm just stuck with traditions. It's a piece of...
You need to convert to Judaism.
We'll
could
take
help.
you. We'll take you, man.
Yeah.
You'll take them?
Yeah, we'll take him.
Good.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty much over it at this point.
We'll trade. We'll trade.
Oh, no.
We'll trade
Who
up.
do we get?
You get Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, God.
Yo.
What just happened?
Yo.
We went
He's
dark.
hungry.
That's a drop the
We
mic.
went dark.
tired.
Drop the mic.
There's a lot
You
going
guys,
on.
I have not eaten. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I
How You Live
apologize.
with J. Piven, the podcast.
Yes, sir.
Wherever you get your podcast.
The Irvine Improv.
Let's go. He's taking over the weekend. It's
15th
going
and
down.
16th.
Yes, sir.
7:30 and 9:30. Improv.com for your tickets.
And the walk, the movie. Congratulations to you and your beautiful mother.
Thank you, my man. By the way, don't get angry that the VIP are sold out. VIP just means the first few rows. And by the way, you don't want me teeing off on you in those rows.
Yeah, it's
Because
better.
people think that they can battle, but don't bring a butter knife to a tank fight.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't have a mic. The comedian does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
good luck with that. Jeremy, let's get you to some food and some rest. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
man.
We
Thank you,
appreciate you,
Jeremy.
man.
Thank you,
Jeremy
guys.
Piven Crew Show, Real 92.3. Yes, sir.
Yo, check out more of our YouTube interviews now, ASAP Plus. Download the free iHeartRadio app so you can check out the Cruise Show podcast.